All right, we're going over political liars. We're not going to go into great detail of it. We're not going to go over individual words and individual tells. We're just going over a broad spectrum. And the ones we're going over today, obviously right now, Paul Ryan and Theresa May, Clinton, and McCain. Paul Ryan, his way of doing it is he is selling it. He's selling you truth and lies. So when he starts his salesman speech, which is recognizable, and we'll show a little clip of it, it's exaggerated, it's loud, it's a whole lot of body movement that as you watch, his body will lean in, his face will go, his head will go, he's bobbing and weaving. He's selling you his speech. He's selling you his dirty sandwich, his sandwich with truth and lies. He's got a dirty sandwich and he's trying to sell it to you. The thing with people who are salesmen is why that truth can flow right into that so easily is because that's for sale too. Somebody came up to him and told him, like for instance, the bill that he's talking about, the budget bill. Well, how about we fund Obamacare and you take this away or something? It's a sale. Everything is for sale. Oh, again, I don't know if I mentioned this. We're not going individual words. He has a lot of tells that come through. We're just going to do the recognition of when you know there's lying coming up.
We've been at this, for 5 years now? We finally found what I think is the smart strategy to be able to get a bill on his desk. We've never been able to get around a filibuster in the Senate to get a bill to repeal Obamacare. But, by the way, this also defunds Planned Parenthood, which is a very high priority of ours.
There you go. There's his salesman. It's very loud. It's very punchy. It's very in your face. He leans in. His head's moving. But we're not going over individual tells. We're just, this is your big tell. If that person's coming around you selling something, you just need to walk away. Don't vote for them. Get them out of the office. They are not for the people. And whatever they say is for sale. Here's Theresa May. I want you to pay attention to her eyes and her eyebrows. She's going to go through 3 points that are important to the people and to herself. Pay close attention to what her eyebrows are doing and her eyes. And also the length of time that they're doing it. So we go over this.
There are three key issues, it seems to me, in terms of the decision that people are taking. One is about the economy.
There we go.
Because I do believe that there are risks and uncertainties about a Brexit vote in terms of our economy. I think people's jobs would be at risk. And then security, obviously as Home Secretary, that's a key issue for me. And I genuinely believe from everything I've seen over the last 6 years as Home Secretary that we would be more secure and safer inside the European Union.
We'll look a little further because she said something I thought was interesting.
And then the third issue, I think, is about Britain's place in the world. It's about, I think we should be standing up and leading in Europe. And I think our future...
See, there wasn't a big eyebrow movement there. I think we should be standing up and leading in Europe. She definitely believes that one. She definitely believes that one. Let's go back to the beginning.
It seems to me, in terms of the decision that people are taking. One is about...
There we go. Doe eyes. That's what they actually call them, doe eyes. Wide open, eyebrows wide up. Why is that? She's trying to convince you of something. It's like a little kid who comes to you or when they're in trouble or they want something. That's why we don't really like saying when you do body language that it means, oh, that's a lie. But I don't really like saying that's a lie. That's because this could be just straight up deception or trying to convince you of something like, I want. Anyways, when a kid comes up to you and they've got their eyes wide open and their eyebrows, this is where that tell comes from. It's the portraying innocence. It's the portraying meekness. It's the portraying be on my side, give me what I want, or believe what I'm saying, do as I say. And watch how it falls every time she gets to a spot.
The economy, because I do believe that
I
there
do
are
believe.
risks and uncertainties.
And then it started to relax. I do believe, and then her face right up here started to relax. There are risks and uncertainties.
Is about a Brexit vote in terms of our economy. I think people's jobs would be at risk.
And they went up with, I think people's jobs will be a risk. There's risk and uncertainties, she definitely believes, with a Brexit vote, but apparently jobs are not part of the risk and uncertainties.
And then security, obviously as Home Secretary, that's a key issue for me.
And security is a key issue for her. Now, what you get out of it, because of how she's saying it, she believes in risk and uncertainties with a Brexit vote. But they're not jobs.
And I genuinely believe, from everything I've seen over the last 6 years as Home Secretary, that we would be more secure and safer inside the European Union.
She believes that. She believes that you'd be safer inside the European Union. Her risk and uncertainties in her belief from just this little thing that we're getting right here, where it was Britain was leading the European Union, not the European leading Britain. That's where she wants it to go back to. Being in it and being the leader are two different things. Because being the leader means you get to make the rules. Being in it means you follow the pack. All right, now we're on Clinton. And now we're going to find out why she has to have prepared answers, prepared speeches, read responses, and that earpiece. Because I've showed you before her Brett Baier got her. And he asked her a question about them emails and get in front of the IG. Just let's watch her face and her head movement in particular.
It just didn't even, what they wanted to ask, we'd already talked about in the public arena. And, you know, look,
Let me go back. She's already stuttering. She stutters. And she's got the She has it very much throughout this whole spiel that she's giving to Brett Baier.
ask we'd already talked about in the public arena. And, you know, look, I think that report actually...
You said, Secretary Clinton...
that both before me and after me for a period of time, secretaries of state had the same practice.
Two more things quickly. Secretary Clinton, you said you sent or received nothing that was...
had the same practice.
Then she finishes it off, had the same practice, and her head goes down, kind of like, okay, it's finalized. I'm done talking about this.
Had the same practice.
Two more
She can't lie. She stutters and she stumbles over her words. Her head does not agree with her in most cases. She can't get it out. She can't spit it out. She stumbles constantly, which is why a prepared message, a prepared speech, read, the earpiece, it all goes in to help her get through it without her stumbling. She can't think. Remember in the Clinton video, there is a definite line between before and the now, before the head injury and the now of the head injury. Before, she could lie very smoothly because her brain could think that fast. Now, it's harder for her brain to think fast enough without stumbling to lie through something, because she lies without conscience. That's true, but you have to be able to lie. It's a creative part. You have to create that truth in your head to spiel it to other people to try and sell it as truth. And she can't do that anymore, which is why now it's like she lies and you can tell. That's why that earpiece is there. That's why she's always prepared. That's why she has to have the questions beforehand. All right, now we're on McCain. No, that's not McCain. McCain lies by omission. McCain will get a question, and he will lie by not answering it. He'll turn it around. He's very, very good at that. If he gets confronted with a question he does not like, he just walks away. He's that confident in his life that he does not have to answer any questions if he's forced into it. And so his other favorite thing to do that he does much more often is lying by omission. And we're going to watch how he twists it around so that you can recognize it when you see politicians doing that. Because mind you, all 4 of these people, they are not the only ones that do this. It's just giving you a key so you can recognize when it's happening. And you can say, okay, yeah, I'm not voting for you. I'm not buying from you. I'm not doing it. Watch how he turns this question around.
Do you think Hillary's got the competence to be president?
There he goes. He thought about it. He's like, oh, I don't want to say that.
Well, I'm sure that whoever the American people select, I would support that. Do I think that she is good on foreign policy issues? I think this is a legitimate question. Look.
That is a legitimate question. So he took his question, the interviewer, Chris Matthews, tossed it aside, and went on to her foreign policy, which is what he wanted to talk about. He's very, very good at that. Very good at that. Not a lot on McCain, other than the fact that he just refuses to answer anything that comes his way. That is so important in today's age where everybody is getting so much information all the time, and the public is becoming more and more aware. You have to recognize these people for what they are, not for what they say. I sat there, I saw a quote. I can't remember. What is it? I can't remember where I saw it. But anyways, it was about the waiter. A nice person is not a nice person if they're mean to the waiter. These people are not for the people if they won't answer questions, or if they're selling you something, or if they can't get through a sentence without stumbling all over it because they're lying. Or if they're lying straight to your face on one issue, doesn't mean they're not lying to your face in another issue. Recognize this. Get rid of them.
It's well known that Hillary Clinton and I